Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. If you're new here, I do a Seint video every Wednesday night, and on Saturday I do traditional beauty, Ulta, Sephora, drugstore. By the way, this coming Saturday, I popped my nails off last night just for you guys. I'm gonna show you the prettiest nails. They lasted 12 days, and only that's because I popped most of them off myself. But I cannot wait to show you how to save money and have beautiful nails at home, and it doesn't even require a lot of product. Okay, who's got new hair? I love it. I love it. I've been wanting to cut my hair for a while. I really wanted a French bob, but I just don't think I can pull it off. And so we went with a longer lob with a few layers, and she did a roll set on it, so it has lots of volume. And you know when I part my hair in the middle, we don't see as much silver, but if I flip it over, I have mounds of silver, so I can still pull it back, I can still wear it up, I can still do fun things with it, but I just love it so much. Also, when I came home, I put on our new red lip gelato, and this is called Hibiscus. Y'all, this has been on 2 hours. It's gorgeous. I don't even have a traditional lip liner on with it. I ate cottage cheese. I've been drinking, my husband got me a Diet Dr. Pepper. It's not going into all my fine lines. And I think what I'm most surprised about is I don't have a lip liner. Lip liners are wax, so they keep stuff in the lips. This is a lip stain. This is a stain that I got from Rudy Berry. It's Bubble. It's just a lip stain. I just did it real quick. That's all it is. It's just a lip stain. And then I put this on. It's so pretty. Look at this. It's like true red, and it scared me a little bit. When I put it on fresh, it's a little bit brighter, but this is a little bit of a softer muted red. And then again, I have this really pretty sort of more berry brown stain. I don't even have a liner on with it. If I had to wear a liner with this, I would probably choose maybe brownie. Let's see real quick. Maybe brownie or toasted. Maybe toasted. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, I just had to show you because this is so pretty, and I'm going to be wearing this a lot. And now that I know I've been home 2 hours eating and drinking, and it hasn't gone into my fine lines, okay? We're gonna do something a little bit differently today. When I went to the salon this morning, I went ahead and did a bunch of my Seint makeup, you know, just kind of doing my whole palette. And I put that in my Instagram stories, but I've linked it all together, and that's our video, and I'll tell you why. Because I was coming home to film a video today, and then Mitchell, Kara's son, my best friend Kara, just had esophageal stage 3 cancer. She had successful chemo. She's been in the hospital for 9 days. She got a third of her esophagus removed and some of her stomach. They pieced it, you know, they stitched it back together. She's been on a feeding tube, and they took the feeding tube out. No, they didn't take the feeding tube out. They took her nose tube and her big tube in her side out, and they're sending her home. We didn't think she was going to go home till tomorrow or Friday. They're sending her home. They're really happy with how she's healing. She wants to get out of there. We all know if you've been in the hospital, they wake you up every 90 minutes to 2 hours. You're not getting real sleep, and she needs sleep. That's how we heal, when we sleep. And so, you know, she can't go to the bathroom in privacy, and she can't take a shower, and she's just so excited. So Mitchell has a work event. I'm gonna run to her house and sit with her for a few hours tonight, and that's why I'm so glad I shot that Seint video, those clips this morning, and I just put it all together. It's maybe 6 minutes, but it's me doing this whole complexion and then the blush and everything. Now, I did come home and do more eyeshadow just for hair transition videos, just for fun, but that's just like, you know, like some Bubba and then some Cocoa. I don't even have one of our pencils on. I just smoked real quick. Don't look too closely. Another thing is I started a new Trent Noen product. I know, I know, if you've been here a long time, I don't do tretinoin. Tretinoin doesn't work for me. It makes me a mess. But I decided it was going so well every other night, I decided to try 2 nights back to back. Bad idea, because I am sloughing, and then your makeup, glitter, then your makeup doesn't sit pretty. So now I'm gonna let my barrier heal, you know, and I gotta go through that whole waiting period. But anyway, the skin looks good. Looks real good. Just don't look at me real close up because I'm sloughing. I'm sloughing like a snake. Okay. Also, quickly, last night we had a Seint holiday release party, like online party, not party, training, reveal. That's it. We are coming out with fabulous holiday products. Fabulous. I'm so excited about some of them. Actually, I'm excited about all of them, but I'm really excited about the Advent calendar this year. So much love and attention went into this eyeshadow Advent calendar. Every year, Seint does an Advent calendar, 12 eyeshadows. You open one a day. I'm going to open all my 12 at once because I want to swatch them for you, and I want to try lots of different combinations. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on the next, you know, probably the remaining weeks of the year. I'm going to be really focusing on lots of beautiful Seint eye combinations, because at this point we all know how to do Seint makeup. If we don't, you can watch older videos. You can always fill out my form to get a free color match. I get back to you within a day or two, sometimes that day, sometimes a day later. If you need an update, you're coming out of summer and you're starting to fade and I don't know, do you have the right foundation shade? You can go through my color match form and we can rematch you. But look how beautiful my skin looks. And if you look close up, I'm sloughing like a snake. I really am, but look how beautiful that makeup is. So I'm so excited about the holiday releases. So there is an Advent calendar. There's a couple other fun little things. There's like, we're coming out with like one of these, but it's filled with something. And we're coming out with, well, I can't say. We're sworn to secrecy, but it will launch on November 14th. And then get ready to be sick of me. Every Wednesday, I'm going to be showing you new combinations. And the fun thing is now we can mix new stuff with all of our pencils, and we can do different lip combinations. But I'm so crazy about this red lip. I'm so happy I put it on because I feel really pretty in this. I'm going to take all my makeup off though when I go to Kara's. There's nothing like being sick in the hospital and losing all your hair, and now her lashes and brows are growing back, and then your extra best friend shows up looking like this, and I'm like, hello, you know, like that. No, we're going to take all this off and we're going to go looking very schleppy so that she can just feel like a normal person. Okay, so anyway, let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what you're excited about. But November 14th, we launch all of the holiday releases. And that is totally separate from our little eyeshadow palette coming out, which is our little collection of the season. So I'll show you that soon. I'll probably show you that next week. It's real cute. It's 3 shadows that were from the last year's Advent, and they're going to put them in one of these cute little things. So I'll show you what those look like soon. And then the 14th, I can start showing you everything, but we're sworn not to show anybody anything until I think the 14th, when it launches to everyone. And then there's also Black Friday sales. So this is going to be a phenomenal month. I'm so excited. Sephora sale who? Anyway, I'm glad you're here. Get ready to watch 6 minutes of me putting on my complexion this morning. Let me know if you have any questions, and don't forget to fill out the free color match form if you need an update, or if you're new, or if your artist left the company, or if you think maybe you don't have the right color match. Come to me and I can help you. That's what I do. I'm a 30-year pro makeup artist, and I'll see you next week, and I'll see you Saturday for nails. I have 15 minutes before I have to get out of here for a hair appointment. I just put some lash extensions on. They're brown. I can tell you more about that later. I'm going to see how they do today. I'm going to see how many days they last. I suspect they'll be quite good. And we're going to put my face on. So my moisturizer and serum today had a little bit of glycolic acid and lactic acid. So you're seeing a little bit of pink on my skin, but you're also seeing immense glow because of it. I'm gonna be candlelit today. I've been wearing Athens, but coming out of summer, I think I just need to be a tiny bit lighter. Do you see how I just concentrate in the center of my face? That's where we have more discoloration. It's where we have more pores and texture. Now it looks beautiful on camera, but this is why it's so important to get a magnification mirror, because there were areas that weren't blended in and I could visibly see it on the surface. This is when we go in with a damp blender and we just kind of bounce it in, and that way this picks up any excess sitting on the skin and it bounces everything else into the skin so that the makeup becomes the skin. It no longer looks like it's sitting on my face. Again, I'm going for a hair appointment. She's gonna be real up close and I don't wanna look makeup-y, but look at that glow. I forgot this, but we can still put it under the eyes. I think I like these lashes. They're dark brown. I like them because they're dramatic, but they're dark brown. And they were easy to put on. And there's just 4 segments on each eye. I think my eyes are getting smaller as I get older. You know, our eyes sink into our skull. And so our eyes get tinier as we get older. It's so fun to age. I think I'm gonna do the tiniest bit of contour, just a tiny bit. You know, when they wash you at the shampoo bowl, they take off the perimeter of our makeup, right? So I'll have to come home and retouch. But this just gives me a little bit of dimension. I'm not telling you what I'm doing to my hair today. You'll have to wait and see. You'll have to wait till tomorrow. I'll post a transition video. I think those are fun. Okay, that's it. That's the only amount. I might do a tiny bit up here, but it's all gonna get washed away. Oh, I do like it though. I just have such a big forehead. It gives me great dimension. Remember, you gotta push it into that hairline even though it's all gonna be washed. See, it just gives nice dimension to the top of my big old forehead. And then I'm gonna take the same color, my contour, and I'm gonna go in my crease, just for a little dimension. It's kind of in my crease, but it's also higher into the brow bone. See? Gives a little dimension without really looking like we have any eye makeup on. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of the same color and I'm gonna go down the sides of my nose, just subtle. Okay, this is close-up makeup. Okay, I'm gonna be right in my stylist's face today, so we want it to look soft, blended, and like it's part of our skin. And then what I did is I picked my foundation brush back up and I just went around the contour to make sure it's all nice and blended. And now it looks seamless. Okay, now I'm gonna take some color corrector. Now I already put that Vaseline under my eye. So we're gonna do just the tiniest bit of color corrector. Tiny, that's it, just the tiniest bit. Again, this is look good close-up makeup. We wanna be pretty in person. We wanna look like beautiful, radiant, glowing skin in person. We don't wanna look makeup-y, especially this early in the morning. And then I'm gonna take the fluffy brush with the lighter peach and just, ooh, ever so lightly, just a whisper of it, that's it. Take nude blush today. Again, I might come home and change my makeup up a bit. God, this is pigmented. I forget how pigmented. Whatever's left on the brush, I'm gonna take to the top of the forehead so it becomes a little bit of like a bronzer, which is like a bronzer and blush in one. Okay, but that's a lot of pigment. I like a little bit of blush on the eyes. You don't have to do that. Okay, wow, don't be afraid. This is pigmented. It's really pretty though. Okay, so now I'm going to Bounce it in using the side. I use the flat side for my complexion, and I use the side for blush. I think that's a nice amount. Okay, now I'm gonna powder, and you know, I love our feather blot, but I'm gonna use the vanilla dusting powder for the reason that it still has talc in it. And you know what? I want talc. Talc is what gives it that airbrushed look. Now the feather blot's great for blurring, but the vanilla dust is good for setting. We want to set the makeup. So the vanilla dust sets and the feather blot blurs. And now I'm glowy without being greasy.